So today's episode, we are going to be testing an egg hatching hack method. It's a lot of driving. Welcome back, everybody. So today we're going to be doing a couple different things. Recently I'd seen in a local group somebody hinting at a new theory and hack idea for hatching eggs. And it consists of, the general idea is to pick a Pokemon where you're at and take it with you wherever it is that you're going and continue catching it while you're doing so. And when you get to your destination, I've tested it a few times. This is going to be the official test, but I haven't figured out quite like if you're supposed to catch it or if you just can run away or what. So, you back out of catching it and you're at your new location, and it's supposed to have traced your miles better. The person who had posted it, I can't quite quote what they said. I don't remember who it is. I'll write it down. I don't remember right now. They said that it was like a significant, and the times that I've tested it, it hasn't been so significant. But it does seem to work. So that's what we're going to be testing today. So to test that, we are going to be driving to Orchards Park. That is only 2.4 miles away, which is 3.8 kilometers. Hopefully we're going to do it maybe about 6 times. Takes like 10 minutes to get there, maybe. We're going to do it once without catching, just normal, having it on, sitting in the car. We're going to do it with catching, and then we're going to do it with the Pokemon Go Plus on while catching. We all know that if you have a Pokemon Go Plus and you have it on while you're driving, it does actually track better. We already know that. But supposedly this new egg hatching theory hack is way more significant and tracks more of your actual KMs. So we are going to be testing that out in multiple different, variations from one location to the next, back and forth, Orchards Park here. It's a pretty straight line distance, so yeah. After that, we're gonna be checking out a couple other parks that are very similar to other parks on the Sylph Road that have reportings or sightings. So I assume that maybe they might have a Pokestop and nobody's just ever reported stuff there. Because like the Pokestop behind my house doesn't necessarily, it's not a nest, but it does produce good spawns every now and then. And maybe some of these parks do have good spawns, it's just nobody's actually reporting them. So we're going to be investigating a few, probably about 5 different little parks. And it could be as easy as pulling in and then pulling out with the car. So we could drive up, nothing's there, we'll drive on to the next place. Before that, I want to catch you guys up on what I've caught recently in the time that I haven't been playing. At my house, as you guys have seen before, random stuff can show up that's really good. And one of those recent wonderful spawns was a Mareep. It actually ended up having pretty good IVs too. So, it was a lower CP ish, but regardless, I'm happy I have a Mareep now. Then, one of the nights when we went to the Pokestop to do our daily streaks to the park behind us, there was an Ursaring on the sightings, so we ended up walking around the park, and we had to walk out of the park, down into the neighborhood a little bit, and it ended up spawning at somebody's house. So, caught myself a Ursaring, and that one was good IVs as well, so I was really happy about that too. And then to fill you guys in on the park behind me, so if you guys watched, I had that vlog about the park, and I actually submitted an email to Niantic and everything, suggesting them new Pokestops and suggesting that they maybe move the gym to the actual water tower so it was contained within the park. And they responded and they moved the gym. As you guys can see, it's just, slightly moved over now. But they did. They responded. They moved it over. They did say that they also weren't going to be taking submissions for other stuff. But hey, you know what? They have that email on file, and hopefully one day they'll go back into it and see the things that I've suggested and implement them. For the time being, I made sure that on OpenStreetMap everything was correct for it to kind of be shown to Niantic in hopes that they actually do use OpenStreetMap. And then this last weekend, we went out just to collect items, and I ended up catching a few Chikorritas, a Bayleaf, and another Dratini, which got me more candies, and then was able to hatch my 10K finally, which also was a Dratini, which got me more candies, and now I can finally evolve a good, strong Dragonite from Dratini. And I am so happy about this because at first I was worried that I was going to have to do it for the sake of Pokedex entry, and it would have been on my really crappy Dragonair. So I'm really happy that I hatched one and I caught one and it's good IVs. So that is gonna be happening, I don't know when. So if you guys want to actually see those catches, be sure to check out my Instagram. If you're not following, you should be. That's where I post the different catches that I make throughout the week when I'm not actually recording for a vlog. So be sure to check there if you want to see the actual catches. Alright, so let's get the ball rolling. So first, we are going to just head to Orchards Park and drive back and see if anything actually tracks via distance for eggs. Then we are going to do the same thing while catching them on. After that, we will do the same thing once again while catching them on, while Pokemon Go Plus is on as well. So right now I only have two 2km eggs from the Easter event. I didn't get out much, and we're going to test it with those first. We have 2 at 1.1, and maybe we'll get it to hatch. So, starting at 1.1. Here we go. Enjoy. Okay, so we pull up to the back area stop 1.3. So it went up 0.2. We did hit both of the dam only lights that are from here and there, of course. So it went from 0.1 to 0.3. That is a jump of a full 0.2. So that's okay. So while we're here, we're going to spin the stop. I missed my 5th day streak, so I ended up missing my 7th day streak, which would have and should have been today. So I'm starting over with a 1-day streak, and that's just life sometimes. Nothing significant here, it doesn't matter, because we are going to be headed back to the apartment to see, once again, how much it gained. So from the apartment to here, it was 0.2. I want to know if it's going to be the same when we go back. I wonder if we won't even hit the lights, so we will see. so we're back at the apartment, and the egg went from 1.3 to 1.5 even as well. So again, a full 0.2, and that is with just normal driving. Now, we are going to actually test this theory. Which Mon should we take with us? I mean, we're not going to catch it, and it's not going to run. So I think we will just take, sure, tap on that cluster and we'll take the Spinnerack with us. So we are leaving here at 3.5 with a Spinnerack. Let's go! Okay, so back again. We're not gonna catch it. We're just going to back out, and boom, like that, we are here. Wow! I will let it load for a moment. I'm sure something will show up. Once it does, we will check the distance. Okay, so let's check the distance. Okay, it went from 0.5 to 0.63. Okay, I have to be honest, I've already kind of tested this beforehand because I didn't even know if I wanted to do this for an episode, and it worked. So, I don't know why it's not working now. That's weird. Well, when testing, there is errors, so okay, so 1.63. We're gonna take, well, first we're gonna spin the stop, and then we're gonna take this Nidoran home. Okay, 1.63 and taking the Nidoran home. Let's go. Okay, so back at the apartment. The Nidoran is still with us, of course, as it should. Backing out. Bam! Fast travel. Why'd I get 50 XP? Oh, that must have been for the stop, and it didn't register till now. Okay, waiting for it to load the Mons, and we will check the distance. And of course, I'm under the carport, and it's crap for service my apartments unless I'm on Wi-Fi, so it's taking forever and a day. I guarantee you it'll probably say no. Oh, there we go. Okay, let us check Zmon egg to 0.7. So it went from 0.5, jumped up 1.3 to the 6.3, and from 6.3 to 0.7. Not really looking good for my, well, not my theory. I'm just testing it. Which is very weird because the other days it was working way better. Well, again, we continue. 1.7. We are going to connect the Pokemon Go Plus now. Connect. Please. Come on. I can't get my Pokemon Go Plus to connect. Why? It shows, but then it just continues to tell me that it's failing to connect. I don't understand. Okay, well, I cannot get my Pokemon Go Plus to connect for the life of me, of course, while I'm trying to test something. I have never gotten that before. Okay, so for some reason we cannot get the Pokemon Go Plus to connect, but we are going to head out back again to Orchards. We're going to take them on with us, and we're going to test this little, take them on with us for a third time. From there, we will connect the Pokemon Go Plus, hopefully. Okay, so we're going to take the Rattata to Orchards Park, jump back and forth. Let's go. Okay, so we are back at Orchards Park once again. Spin the stop. Got an egg. I didn't have room for an egg, so maybe an egg is gonna hatch. Or at least I don't think I had room for an egg. 1.9. Well, it tracked better that time, that's for sure. But that could have been because we hit like every stop and had a couple slowdowns. So it went from 0.7 to 0.92. That's a 0.22 jump. So yeah. I don't know if we should connect the Go Plus and connect to test that part of it, or if we should head back again with just taking this Spearow and see if it, maybe it just wasn't registering well. Who knows? I think we're going to do this one more time. So we're going to take the Spearow home, and then once we get home, we will connect the Go Plus when we can. And I think from there, we're just going to go out and investigate those different parks. And we will see what distance we gain via all the driving we do. So we're going to take the Spearow home, and we'll see you back there.
Can I ask you what you're doing?
I'm doing my own thing. Can I ask you what you're doing?
Yeah, why you were clicking the button when you walked by?
I'm recording my own stuff.
You know it's illegal to record somebody without their permission.
Not as long as I don't have their face, and I ain't got your face. So don't worry, your drug deal's fine. I don't care.
Drug deal, nobody does drugs. I'm like, these are...
Okay, so we're not back at my apartment, but we're at the park behind my apartment. It's not much further. It doesn't matter. I don't want to pull into my apartment again and deal with the non-service. So, of course, we have the egg hatching, and I kind of realized, like, after leaving Orchards Park that if it tracked anything, it was only going to track 0.08's worth of distance before it hatched, so I don't know. I think because other times I have done this, it does work. Not significantly more, but when you add it up, it does go to hatching your eggs faster, and it does help for hatching your eggs faster. So, you guys go out and test this out. From point A to point B, be catching them on, and look at your distance to see if they're... My phone keeps on dying because its temperature is getting hot. So as I said, test it out. Point A to point B, catch them on, and see what happens. Right now, we're going to let this egg hatch. It is from the Easter event, so I'm hoping for something good. A Magby! I surprisingly don't have it. Wow! All this time I thought I had a Magby baby, and I did not. I did not. 630. Strong. Attack. Defense. Pretty good. Alright, well, that's cool. And there's a Wooper here. Spin the stop. Incubate the other egg. And as I was pulling out of Orchards Park, I was questioned by a very sketchy peoples as to why I was recording. Can we ask you why you were pushing the button when you pushed the button right when he was walking away? If you want to do your pet little deals at a park, don't be so f***ing obvious and then question people as to why they're recording you. I wasn't even recording you.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Yeah, okay. So, we're not going to go back to Orchards Park. We are going to head to a series of different parks. East Minnehaha Park, Covington, Cavanna, Woburn, Sifton, Tiger Tree, and Otto. So, we're going to check out those parks and see if there's anything there. There might not even be any kind of Pokemon Pokestop activity, and in that case, we will head on to the next one. So, first place is East Minnehaha Park. We'll see you there.